Ah, Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes. And for this Independence Day holiday weekend, I'm going to meet up with my buddy Scott to enjoy the summer day at one of their most popular lakes, Lake Calhoun in Minneapolis. As I got closer to our meeting destination, the main road leading to the lake became more populated. New construction and luxury apartments for the rich and hoity-toity lined up the sides of the prime location. One can tell this is not a cheap community. And there he is, former Mr. Iowa pal Scott. Since I hadn't had breakfast yet, we stopped into a Subway nearby for some quick grub before we scuttled off. With plans of being out in the hot sun all day, it pays to slather my yellow Adonis-like body with sunscreen before heading to the lake. As we were looking for parking, it was no surprise that the other citizens took advantage of the beautiful day and were out in full force. Scott and I began our 5+ kilometers of walking and biking trails that surround the lake, and activity was all around us. Even little animals like this meerkat, muskrat, otter-like thing couldn't help but enjoy the clear blue lake on this day. Around Lake Calhoun are little patches of beach where one can relax or swim. This particular one was rather quiet compared to the others you'll see. Remember those luxury apartments earlier leading to the lake? Those are ghetto compared to these houses lined up along the lakeside. This year, the American College of Sports Medicine and the Anthem Foundation ranked the Twin Cities area as the #1 fittest city. And seeing the number of people jogging or biking today seems to support that. About a third of the way around, Scott and I took a little break and further enjoyed the crystal clear water and sights. When we started walking again, Scott noticed a giant carp near the shore and yelled, "Hey kid!" to some boy fishing nearby to see if he could catch it. When the boy was unsuccessful, Scott gave it a try, but no dice. About halfway around the lake, we were itching for some lunch. On the lake shore itself is a popular yet horribly overrated and overpriced restaurant called Tin Fish. which describes itself as a casual chain serving a range of seafood, from fish tacos to oyster po' boys, plus burgers and chicken. Okay, so maybe the ridiculously long lines, and I mean every day, never helped with my attitude towards this place, even though the view behind us was very nice. At least they attempted to throw in high-tech entertainment to the customers who've been waiting in line forever, like this guy trying to hook a ring swinging on a pendulum. And check out this awesome futuristic version of tic-tac-toe. All in all, from the moment Scott and I approached the line to when we received our food, it was about a ridiculous hour and a half. Unacceptable. I went to potty after lunch right behind the Tin Fish, where there were more hoity-toity apartments and yet another long line, but not for food. This line was to rent paddleboards, pedal boats, and kayaks, other popular activities on this lake.
Nothing is straight.
Scott and I then found a nice spot in the shade to further enjoy the sights of beach life.
On their orbits around the sun. Maybe God is a gambler, and you and me are the dice. I see the haters breaching. I see the bridges hang. I see the killers healing. I see the healers kill. Nothing is straight. Everything's a little bit off. There's a feather in the moon.
But when we got bored of that angle, we again marched along the path to about 3/4 of the way around to yet another small sandy beach area. This one much more populated than the first.
Not quite as dense, but best we got.
And yes, I brought my computer as always, and figured this would be a good place to work on my comic book, The Switch. Scott knocked out, and who could blame him after all that walking and being in such a peaceful surrounding.
And beyond, maybe God is a gambler.
Well, it's now late afternoon and we've just about had it for today. Time to head home. Well, I'm ending my trip here for the day, Lake Calhoun in Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is really the place to be on a beautiful summer day. It doesn't get much better than this. This is the best we have. We don't have oceans here, but we have Lake Calhoun. If you are wanting great scenery and ambiance, an atmosphere with people and sun and scenery, this is the place to be. Check out how beautiful this lake is. It's nice and blue and clear, and you can get some great refreshments, concessions. You can be out on the lake. You can be like me, just sit down, relax, enjoy the atmosphere, the scenery, and just draw. Some people take a nap, like my friend Scotty brother over there. And highly recommended in the summer. Even in the springtime and the fall time, it's really nice. But in the summer, if you got a day off in Minneapolis, this is the place to be. As we waved goodbye in mad jealousy at these homeowners who get to call Lake Calhoun their front yard, we took in the final peaceful sights of the lake and its people.
We want magic. wasted it. Heal the sick, explain the world to me and you. What if God is a gambler and you and me are the dice? If God will lose, will he draw twice? We want magic, magic. Give us magic. I see a dead child on the beach.
But then Mr. Iowa had a great final idea. Ben & Jerry's! A perfect way to cool down our bodies after a full day in the sun.
Was a gambler, and you and me were the dice. If God was a gambler, would he draw twice? Maybe nothing really matters.
It wasn't the most productive day, but damn, it was sure relaxing. Sunset would have been especially beautiful. Here are a couple photos I took in the past near sunset.
Maybe I'm losing my mind. If so, it's so.
If you're in the Minneapolis area, be sure to check out Lake Calhoun Park, except for Tin Fish Restaurant. Just pack your own lunch instead.
Briefly write it